topic that I'm going to discuss today is a very controversial topic and has been news lately a lot. And when I post things related to it, I get some hate sometimes, I get called names. So the topic is male being victims and female being victims, gender neutral laws, feminism, and which gender is more oppressed in the society. The recent narrative that has been trying to build is that men are more oppressed than women because of the misuse of dowry laws or sexual assault or domestic violence laws. That men are at least equal or bigger victims than women. That is the narrative that is being trying to build by so-called men's rights associations or MRAs. They call themselves meninists. They dislike and oppose feminism. And the reason why I get hate and get called names like same पर नहीं देगी is because I don't agree with them. I don't agree that men are equal or bigger victims than women, and I will explain why. So men's and women's problems are very different. I agree that men have their own unique set of problems, like the fear of false cases or the pressure of carrying the expectations of family, which was true till recent times, but it's not true that much anymore, because now there is not much difference seen between your sons and daughters. The educational and career discrimination between male kids and female kids is changing, fortunately. Or the pressure in marriages that groom has to earn higher than bride. A 6 lakh per annum earning girl will always look for a groom who is earning more than 10 lakh, right? So those problems are there. But then females also have similar kind of problems, like parents would not give much importance to daughters' education because they are not that important, because it's the sons who carry the family name ahead and who have the responsibility of running family. So while male kids would have the pressure to perform extraordinary, female kids were told that you have to take care of home and become housewives, so there is no point in focusing on career and education. And this mentality still persists today. But I'm not talking about these problems. I'm talking about one major issue why men's problems are not as big as females' problems. And that issue is security. Man can easily walk out of the house without fear. Ask yourself these questions when you accuse women of not speaking up for men or men's problems or those kind of things. Ask yourself these questions. Have you ever seen a son getting raped by his mother? But I can show you thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of cases where daughters were raped by their father, brothers, grandfather, father-in-law, brother-in-law, chacha, mama, poopa, mausa, etc. But the reverse doesn't happen. You won't find a mausi or mami or chachi or bua doing that to her nephew or bhatija or bhanja, right? Have you ever seen a 70-year-old man raped by a 14-year-old woman? I can show you cases from 6-month-old baby to 90-year-old woman, all by men. When you read in news that a puppy was raped, goat was raped, or cow was raped, corpse was raped, or like the pink penguins were raped in Pakistan and they were raped so much that they were raped to extinction, what is the gender that comes to your mind without even reading the news article? If you just read the headline, what is the gender? You will automatically know that it's the men that are doing it, not women. You will correctly guess that it's the men that are engaging in from bestiality to necrophilia. When you go out in public transport, how many times you as a male have been groped by females? Or you fear standing among 5 females, that if I am surrounded by 5 females, they will suddenly grope me, they will touch my dick or buttocks. Now ask any female that you know. Every single one of them has been sexually violated multiple times. Her breasts have been stared at her work, at school, in a family function, everywhere. Her butts have been ogled at. Now tell me, is your dick ogled at by a woman when you go out? Such that say if a bus or metro is empty and there is just one woman in the compartment, would you shiver with fear? No, in fact, she would shiver with fear. Do you feel that fear ever? You would think twice, or in fact 10 times, before leaving your 16-year-old daughter with a male relative when you're going out of town for a few days with her chacha, mama, poopa or mosa. But you won't have that hesitation while leaving your 16-year-old son with him, or with a female relative while leaving your 16-year-old daughter or son with their mausi, chachi or bua. When you demand for gender neutral laws, we should also strive to have gender neutral crimes first. I would never support a demand for National Commission for Men because our objective should be to create an environment where there is no need for National Commission for Women. When the crimes become gender neutral, then the laws will automatically become gender neutral. Let me explain it this way. When wars happen, why is it that always females get raped, not men? Why are they seen as bounties of war or trophies to be physically exploited? When people get angry, they say things like, मैं उसकी बहन डैश दूंगा, मैं उसकी माँ डैश दूंगा, which is basically a rape threat to their mother and sister. The curse words are always on females. You never say things like, मैं उसका बाप डैश दूंगा. At smaller level, it remains confined to curse words, but at bigger level, it translates into crimes. That is, suppose there is enmity between two people. They are enemies, and one of them, to take revenge, goes to his house and rapes his daughter or sister or mother. And these things happen, right? You hear such news all the time, every single day. And sometimes they kill those females after rape. They will never rape his brother or father. They might kill them, but not rape them. So when men is alleged that, oh, why do women not oppose the false dowry and domestic violence cases? First of all, this is false allegation. They do oppose. They do protest. Hundreds and thousands of women posted in support of Atul Subhash and also took part in protest rallies. Secondly, the number of deaths or physical or mental harm is very skewed against women in the crimes. I'm not justifying the events against men. I am 100% in support of those men. I am 100% in support that these cases should be investigated thoroughly and justice should be given to those victims of false accusations. That educated and working women who are earning well should not get alimony, or at least not disproportionate alimony, especially when they don't have children. I'm not supporting any injustice or trivializing any crime. I'm just trying to show how much the ratio is skewed. So when someone says women carried out protests against Arjikar case, but you females didn't rally against Atul Subhash, consider this. Right after Arjikar case, the very next day, there were multiple reports of rapes and deaths of girls. How many rallies were taken out for them? How many protests happened? How many people posted for them on the stories? The reason is, cat eats rat is not a news. It happens every day. Thousands of rapes happen every day and severely underreported. Killed and dumped in gutter or garbage can. We have got so desensitized to such crimes that we don't get surprised anymore. But a rat-eating cat is surprising. If a woman gets drunk and beats her husband, that would make news. Because it's the men who have been beating women since thousands of years. And that doesn't raise eyebrows anymore. Consider a female student going to school versus a boy going to school. Or say a female cutting crops in a farm. They can suddenly get raped if someone finds her alone. But that would not happen with a boy. That crime happens solely because she was a female. So the crimes happen because of their gender. Thus, they are not gender neutral. In wars, they are treated as bounty, prize or trophies of war, spoils belonging to the victor. They are treated as commodities, slaves, sex slaves to be specific. That is why when genocides or exoduses happen, they ask them to leave their women behind. Remember what happened in Kashmir during Kashmiri Pandit genocide come exodus? Posters were pasted on their homes asking them to leave the valley but leave their women behind. Similarly, during partition of Bharat, many elders of the families, they used to cut the throat of their daughters or sisters to save them from getting kidnapped and raped. There are many testimonies of that. Hence, let us not paint men equal victims as women. The issues are very different. The magnitude, the fear, the risk females face are far, far worse than what men face. When we compare crimes against the two genders, we should ask ourselves the question, is it happening because of the person's gender? Reverse the situation and check. Would it happen to the other gender if the situation were reversed? Like the accusations of girls are gold diggers. Well, boys take dowry. In fact, it's a crime. It's illegal, unlike gold digging. How many males get caught? Every day, thousands of weddings, grooms ask for dowry, and sometimes brides get killed if they're not able to fulfill the demands. Why not take out protests for that as well? So marrying for money or extracting money from the other person is not a gender specific issue. It happens both ways. Personally, for me, rape is the worst crime that can happen to a human. You are reduced to just your flesh and skin. You are reduced to just your private organs. And in so many cases, it results in the death of the female. Either the rapist kills the victim after the rape, or the victim kills herself due to the stigma of the society. Not to mention that young kids and toddler victims die due to wounds. The number of victims that die due to gender specific crimes every day is skewed staggeringly against females. Most of the men's rights activists are just misogynists in disguise because they become bitter when their feelings are not reciprocated. When they are rejected by a woman, they resort to character assassination. It's a revenge activism. The Sigma, Chad, incels come up with misogynist memes that girls only see money in a guy, they just want to marry a rich person, and they sell this stuff in the name of red pill activism. They try to portray OnlyFans girls as the representative of the female community, and it is followed by the most foolish arguments that they have body count, they are characterless, that they cheat on their partners. First of all, it's not a gender specific thing. Reverse the genders and you will find hundreds of men cheating as well. Secondly, who are these women sleeping with? Men. So are those men virgin? Don't they have body count? Also, cheating cannot be done alone. It takes two to tango. What is the gender of the person a married woman is cheating with? When you say that a girl has 15 body count, what does it tell you about the boys? That they sleep with anyone? That for every girl, there are 15 boys who are not virgin? There are 15 boys who have body count? What does it tell about their character? Look at this. As a male, do you have hundreds of DMs of females dying to talk to you, desperate to have a voice or video call with you, desperate to initiate a conversation? Now check any girl's DMs. Check the number of unread messages in message requests. I know it very well because I have female sounding name. And I get hundreds of messages and calls from unknown males whenever I don't have my photo as profile picture on any social media account like Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, any social media account. Straight away video or voice call, and some come straight to the point that I want to fuck you, that I want to have sex with you or see your baba and vagina. What does it show? It shows that females have options. They choose who to sleep with. Give that option to a man, he will sleep with the first female that agrees to sleep with him. They would sleep with anyone. No standard of self-respect at all. It's not a choice. लंगड़ी, लूली, काणी, बहरी, काली, गोरी, कैसी भी हो, बस लड़की होनी चाहिए, चलेगी. Just has to be a female. They would sleep with anyone they can lay hands on. And this discrimination is evident in terminology too. When a girl has more than 5 body count, she is labeled as slut. But when a boy has 5 plus body count, boys call him stud. People use R or R word for such girls. Should we call boys too RANDA or Bhadwa? It is just that when incels make such posts, we mostly see men in the comment section agreeing with the poster. Because for some reason, either there are less females on the social media or they engage less with such posts. Because I see that in my posts as well, that in my posts reach, there are like 80% men and 20% women in the audience. And that is why the outrage and rants of these Sigma and Chad males becomes a silo or an echo chamber. And that is why these kind of posts get a lot of traction. Girls choose bad boys, nobody understands their taste, what kind of person they want, they always choose toxic man. It is out of jealousy, because if she would have chosen you, you would have never written such a thing. Because then, you would have also been labeled characterless, that you are with a characterless girl, right? When you say, oh, she doesn't have any character, she sleeps with anyone, well, you won't say that if she agrees to sleep with you, because then you are also characterless. Or the responsibility of maintaining character or remaining virgin is only on females, not males. Another reason why such posts get viral a lot is everybody wants victim card. Nobody wants to be left behind. Everybody wants sympathy. Males feel that they will look privileged and oppressive if they don't get to play a victim card, but females get. Talking of not being privileged, why don't we talk about the 3 to 6 year gaps that females have to take in career after giving birth to children? depending on the number of kids as well as support or lack of support from family, other factors. The discrimination they face in hiring due to reproductive age and the mental and physical changes they go through during pregnancy and after childbirth. So basically, the whole objective of this video was to show how the conditions are skewed against females. Till we don't stop sexualizing female bodies in movies, in stand-up comedy, in cuss words, and general boys talks, this problem is never getting solved.